The reason I make a conscious effort to validate my partner's feelings is because her feelings matter to me even if I don't agree with them. I choose to validate because I'm not the judge of whether she's allowed to feel something or not. I'm not the judge of whether that particular feeling she's having is justified or rational. The reason I try to validate my partner's experience is because it's their experience. They should be allowed to have their own uncontested perspective, right? It's not my role to say, well, you shouldn't feel that way. Or, well, you just don't have all the details. So here, let me talk over you, let me interrupt you, and dismiss what you're feeling because it's not logical or rational to me. Remember, feelings aren't right or wrong. They're signals and indicators of what's going on inside of us. That doesn't mean all feelings should be acted upon, but it does mean all feelings are real. So I try to listen and be present because even though I don't always do it perfectly, I want her to feel safe to bring up a hurt or a concern or to be loved in a new way without being punished for it. Now, I know what you're going to say, but if I validate her, then I'm agreeing with all of her accusations. For instance, what if she calls me a liar, but I'm not actually lying? How would I validate her without incriminating myself? That's a great question. So here's my answer. Well, first we validate feelings. She didn't share a feeling. She made an accusation, but she didn't talk about a feeling. So what we would do if we cared about that relationship or that person is we would try to get them to be more comfortable actually sharing feelings with us. You could say, tell me more about what led to what's going on inside of you, or I care about your perspective. Tell me what you're feeling. And to some of you, that sounds like I'm encouraging someone to yell at you, or take advantage of you, or attack you verbally. But that's never my intent. No partner should ever be attacked, or verbally assaulted, or yelled at. And we have to implement boundaries against those things and tell them, I want to hear you, but I can't do that if you continue yelling or criticizing me. And if it happens again, I will have to leave the room and we can talk again in an hour. And if it happens again, we have to leave. My point is, at the end of the day, isn't this what we would want them to do for us if we had a concern or a complaint? Instead of blowing us off or telling us to man up, she said, you have my attention. Your perspective matters to me. That's validation. She's validating your experience. She's showing you that she values it. Immediately defending ourselves or launching into why we're the victim, we'll never do anything right, shame spiraling, and then making them boost our ego back up. That's not validation, and it hurts our relationships. So often, subconsciously, we think we're protecting the relationship by dismissing their complaints. We think we're saving the closeness by interrupting to defend ourselves, to clear our name. But in reality, we're not protecting anything. We're hurting the closeness and the trust and the safety in that relationship. Just like it hurts the closeness and trust and safety when any partner consistently attacks or belittles the other. And like always, if you feel stuck, please reach out to a professional because it can help a lot to practice this in front of a neutral third party.